Welcome everyone in HueFin News. Today is January the 20th, 2018. This is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis. Here we are just giving you guys a snapshot of what we are noticing on these cryptocurrencies that we do on a daily basis and where we are forecasting them to move in the future. Okay, so we are not investment advisors and we are not giving you investment advice, but rather we are giving you the news according to the charts. Okay, something that you guys may not be familiar with. We are giving you the predicted news of where these cryptocurrencies are likely to be headed in the next day, okay, or even long term. For yesterday, we was telling you guys that if you look at the 3-hour bars, if the current bar, as we were doing our video, was to close above the previous close 3-hour bar, that we would expect the market to move higher. And as well, I sent out a tweet yesterday telling you guys that we're looking for higher prices and gave you guys a snapshot of Bitcoin, looking for Bitcoin and the altcoins to continue to move higher. And you guys can tell that the market is receptive to higher prices. And now we are coming across another true area of resistance for these altcoins, and we'll talk about that as we get into each individual cryptocurrency. Okay, so even with the market cap, you guys can look at this website and see that it is now above 600 billion. $633.6 billion is now back into the market. It just continues to show you all that the market is very volatile still. Bitcoin is also hovering around 34%. And as I scroll down on this website, you guys can see that a lot of these altcoins are in double-digit gains for today. Bitcoin is up 12, almost 13%. Ethereum as well is at 11.85. Ripple having some minor gains today, 3.82%. Bitcoin Cash is at 17.24. Cardano at 11.76. Litecoin ticks 10%, almost 11. NAM as well. Neo is up 9.13. IOTA is up 14.03. EOS is up 32.86%. Okay, so it just goes to show you that today is a very positive day for the cryptocurrency space, and we're going to find out if the market is going to continue to move higher. So let's go ahead and get started. So Bitcoin is up 11.97%. Last trade was $12,753. So now you guys can finally see Bitcoin is hitting that major area of resistance here in the background. That is very key. This particular bar, once it completes, closes above towards this high. As it is now, we're expecting Bitcoin to continue to move higher. But if the close of today's bar closes a lot lower, back down to 12,000 or so, then we will have to readjust our analysis. But since we are looking at the market snapshot, we're expecting Bitcoin to continue to move higher in price, even though we are seeing some stockpile on today's daily price bar. So quickly, let's go ahead and look at the 3 hours. So like I told you in our video yesterday, the market can come back up to $12,800, and it's now doing that, and you guys can tell it's now trading sideways. Stockpile is coming back into Bitcoin as we're doing this video. It is very imperative that we continue to get precursors of strength around this 12,008, and if we do, then expect Bitcoin to continue to move higher, because we had to overcome a lot of this in the background, and it's going to require a precursors of strength bar to break through 12,800, even possibly 13,000. Okay, the market already came up to 13,000 and the result was not good. You guys can tell that it came and broke and closed towards the open of this completed 3-hour bar. So now we need to get a confirmation that the market is still strong. And if this current 3-hour bar closes below this close, then the market is not yet ready to continue to move higher. But if the market finds support, okay, right here around 12,500, or even this particular low, then expect Bitcoin to continue to move higher. I would even take support around $12,250. If Bitcoin even moves lower and finds support here, then we're looking for Bitcoin to continue to move higher in price. If it doesn't, if we do not get precursors of strength around any of those support prices that I just mentioned, then expect Bitcoin to possibly come all the way back down to $12,000. Okay. But currently, the market is trying to continue its trek higher. Okay. That could change as we move throughout the trading day. So now let's go ahead and move on to Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 11.84%. Last trade was $1,148.50. So today's price bar kind of looks just like Bitcoin's. Is a very strong push to go bar. That is a precursor of strength, and we need to check on the 3-hour bars to see if we are running across any resistance areas. So actually we are at a resistance area around $1,150. The market for Ethereum is going to have to do the same thing just like with Bitcoin in order for them to move past $1,150. If it cannot give us precursors of strength to break through $1,150, then expect Ethereum to trade sideways to lower again until it catches another push, another effort to move higher again. Okay, so currently on the 3-hour bars, the market is just simply trading sideways. Stockpile is coming on these bars, but I can definitely tell that the market participants are definitely inside Ethereum, buying up all of the selling that is occurring at this time. If this current bar closes above this previous 1-hour bar, expect Ethereum to continue to move higher, and it might just go back up to 1160 to get hit with more stockpile, move lower. But this 1-hour bar is very crucial. If it closes above this previous one, we're looking for them to continue to move higher. And another thing that I do like to see is the fact that the market is just simply consolidating right now, trading sideways. And once that completed, and we are seeing precursors of strength, we're looking for Ethereum to continue to move higher. And like I said, it might just come back up to 1160, but overall I could definitely see the market trying to hit that $1,200 mark again. Okay, so now let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is up 16.58%. Last trade was $2,055. Daily price chart for Bitcoin Cash resembles just like Ethereum and Bitcoin. So the market is getting hit with a little stockpile right now, but definitely it is a precursor of strength that we are seeing on the daily price chart for Bitcoin Cash. 3-hour bar, you guys can tell that the market finally broke through that $2,000 resistance area, which is what we would like to see. But now, even on that completed 3-hour bar, we are receiving stockpile in the market. So this next 3-hour bar is going to be crucial to knowing if Bitcoin Cash is going to be moving higher. Excuse me. And we are getting stockpile in Bitcoin Cash around 2040 to 2080. And also we can definitely tell that the market participants are at least trying to buy it up. They're trying to consume all of the selling that is coming in around that $2,100 area. And as I zoom out, I'm trying to see the next area of resistance for Bitcoin Cash. So even on the 1-hour bars, you guys can definitely tell that $2,100 is resistance, but then that next area of resistance is going to be $2,200. So definitely the market looks like it wants to come and break through that $2,100 area, and if it's successful, then it will be no problem for Bitcoin Cash to continue to move up towards $2,200. So on this 3-hour bar, we need it to close above this previous close. If so, expect Bitcoin Cash to move higher. If not, then expect Bitcoin Cash to possibly find support around $2,000 or even lower than that, maybe around 1900, 1800, all depending on how much stockpile came in on this completed 3-hour bar. So now we are going to go to Ripple. So Ripple is up 3.25%. Last trade was $1.56. So Ripple simply continued this consolidation pattern, just continue to trade sideways over the last 2 days. The market is very small. Volume is also light. So maybe tomorrow may be the day that Ripple will break out. 3-hour bars, let's see. So even on the 3-hour bars, Ripple is just continue to trade between that $1.50 area. I'm sorry, about $1.45 all the way back up to $1.70. The volume is also decreasing, which is something that we would like to see. Given the fact that the volume is decreasing, we're seeing precursors of strength bars in Ripple. We're expecting them to continue to move higher, and it might just go up to $1.70. Okay, that's very small move, but it has to overcome a lot of this in the background. So if it's able to break through currently where it's trading now, then it's highly probable that it might come up to $1.80 or even higher than that. Okay, we just had to be cautious that we might not have that much of a breakout in Ripple. It might just go up to $1.70 or even $1.80 tomorrow. So you just had to wait and see how much volume will come in as the market moves higher. Do a quick look at 1 hours, the 1-hour bars. So definitely I am seeing the market trading sideways, and in between that sideways trading action, I'm noticing precursors of strength bars, and as the market is slowly moving higher. So the market is highly probable to move higher, and like I said, it might just go up to 170 or even $1.80. It might even just hit resistance around $1.65. But if this previous bar closes above, or even the next 1-hour bar closes above this current one, we're expecting Ripple to move higher. If not, then expect it to move lower. But I am seeing a lot more sign in Ripple for them to at least move a little higher. So now we're going on to Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 10.75%. Last trade, $211.58. Daily price bar, we're getting a push to go up bar with slight stockpile in Litecoin. 3-hour bars. Definitely the market is getting hit with some stockpile around that area resistance, which is around $215, $216, $215. So we have to be real careful as Litecoin is trading around that price. Stockpile is definitely trying to come in on this previous 3-hour bar. So this next 3-hour bar is going to be crucial to see if the buyers are still in the market. If this closes below this previous close, then Litecoin will be moving lower. Okay, so you have to watch out for that. But given the fact that we did get that precursors of weakness and the market responded with more buying, it's highly probable that the market for Litecoin is going to at least move a little higher. Might just come back up to $215. But ultimately, we're looking for Litecoin to come back up and try to retouch $220 just like it did on this previous time here. So our analysis is for Litecoin to continue to move higher. It might just come up to this high, which was 214, but our initial point is going to be 220. It might not hit 220, but we're looking for them to at least continue to move higher. So now let's go to Dash. So Dash is up 11.26%. Last trade was $929.20. So Dash is now trading around resistance. That's why the bar is currently closing off of the highs. Look at the volume, very light. Look how wide the spread is compared to yesterday's volume and price bar. It tells us that there's not a lot of resistance and price is moving higher. So now looking at the 3-hour bars, that resistance area came in right at $960. That's why we got that push to go down bar, but we have a little buying on that 3-hour bar. So let's look on the 1 hour, see what we have. So definitely Dash is trying to find support. Market try to find support around 920. If this current 1 hour bar closes above, then that was support. If it doesn't, then expect Dash to continue to move lower. 910 will be in or around that next area that we're looking for Dash to come and find support. If that would not hold, then expect the market to move lower than that, and it could be 890 or even $880. Okay, so right now in Dash, we're going to stand by because we want to see where support is. The market is definitely giving us precursors of weakness at this time. So if anything, we're looking for them to move lower, but we just don't know where that support is. Our analysis is for them to move lower. Hopefully this was the low. The support came in at 920. If so, then this bar will close higher. If not, then expect Dash to move lower. So now let's go to NEO. So NEO is up 9.73% last trade, $152.72. Stockpile is coming in on NEO as it came up towards $160, which we would expect because that is acting as resistance. But the market on the daily price chart is just literally consolidating, trading sideways. 3-hour bars, again, you guys can tell that 160 was resistance. We are getting buyers in the market around $150, so that's key. $150 is key for support. If NEO breaks $150, expect them to move lower. It might just come back to $145 or even $140, but nevertheless, this 3-hour bar that is currently forming is crucial to us knowing if the bar is going to continue to move higher. If this bar closes above the previous close, yes, NEO is forecasted to move higher. If not, expect it to move lower. So I'm going to look at the 1-hour bar real quick. So definitely the 1-hour bar is telling us that the buyers are still in the market. So at least for the time being, we're looking for NEO to move higher. Might just go back up to $154, but ultimately might come up to $156. But the buyers are definitely stepping in NEO at this time that we're doing this snapshot. So we're at least expecting NEO to move higher, probably to $155, $156, and then we might get more stockpile and NEO move lower. But nevertheless, if we don't get stockpile around $156, then expect them to continue to move higher. So now let's go to Monero. So Monero also is up 8.14% last trade, $385.43. Stockpile is still revealing itself on today's daily price bar, which is not completed. So the bar can actually come back up towards the high of the bar, but we're seeing stockpile now. And we're going to acknowledge that fact. 3-hour bars, you guys can tell that Monero ran across resistance around $400. Market got hit with stockpile. And it's going to be imperative that we find support at or around $380. That is going to be key for us to see if Monero is going to continue to move higher in price. One-hour bars tells you even more precursors of weakness is being shown. $380, like I told you, is going to be key. It might even be the low of this particular bar, 385. So be cautious that Monero is currently giving us weakness, and we're expecting them to move lower until we find support. Okay. So now let's go to the last one, which is Cardano. Cardano now is trading above that resistance area around 70 cents, which is good to see. The volume is not there as it was the last 3 days. 3-hour bars. So I zoom out. You guys can tell that Cardano is now back towards that resistance area. 3-hour bars is also telling us that the market is not necessarily all that weak. Matter of fact, we're looking for Cardano to at least move higher to 75 cents. Okay, because we're not getting a lot of precursors of weakness on the 1 hour or the 3 hour bars, and that's why our analysis is for ADA to continue to move higher back up to maybe around 75 cents. But the market is definitely giving us more indications of strength than weakness. So that's all we have for today, January the 20th, 2018. And it looks as if we're coming out of the woods for these cryptocurrencies. But before we do that, we have one more hurdle to cross, and that is those resistance area that I mentioned today. Okay, those are major resistance area that these cryptocurrencies will have to break through. So we're not necessarily out of the woods quite yet, but we're definitely on our way. We got a lot more capital coming into the cryptocurrency space. So it seems as if that could have been the bottom, what we saw over the last 3 days. Okay. What we saw here on the 16th of January could have been the bottom, or even the 17th of January. So we're not out the woods yet. We're around these area resistance. So just pay a little bit more close attention before we break out. But by no means are we long term are we hitting the bottom or the tops of these cryptocurrencies. We have a long way to go, a long way higher in price for a lot of these cryptocurrencies. We just took a little setback. So just hold on. The market will recover and we will come back up to areas of profitability. It's just timing when to get in and when to get out. That so many people have errors in, and that's what we're here for, to give you guys those probable entry and exit points for you all. Even though we don't know your own individual strategies, this is why we're giving you a daily analysis, because it varies from day to day. So that's all we got for today, guys. Stay profitable. Continue to watch these channels. Continue to watch our channel to become aware of what's probable to happen tomorrow before it actually happens. That's how powerful this language is. That's all we got. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.